This is, we started 8 weeks ago. This is week 7 because of the week that we missed, but we could count that as a week as well. So I'll leave that up to you. But we're going to continue tonight with the, again, with the exercise that we started, not exercising, but with the exercise, the section on exercise that we started last week. And let's have a word of prayer this evening. Father, we thank you again for your goodness. Thank you for your love, your watch care over us. And Father, we thank you that we can, Lord, find principles, Lord, in your word to lead us, to direct us, and Lord, to encourage us. Father, I pray that you would just guide and direct us this evening. And Lord, I pray that you'd be glorified again in our lives. And Lord, that we would desire again to do everything that we do for your honor and for your glory. And we just pray for your blessing. We thank you for it in Jesus' name. Amen. And I forgot, no, I had it on. Okay, I didn't know it was on, if I was on or not. So, all right. Well, good evening. Good to see you this evening. And as I mentioned, we are going to continue with the section on exercise. And last week we looked at exercise and the benefits and the different the benefits again for of exercising. And it's you say, well, the Bible doesn't say much about it. Why don't we see a lot in the Bible about? Well, recognize. Paul does mention, if you look in the Bible, Paul does mention exercise and how there was competition. There was competitions that he speaks about, and he uses different what do you say, pictures. He uses activities or events to bring a spiritual application, and how of course Greece. Maybe I'm mistaken, but I believe that's where the Olympics started. But if not, I know that they had competitions because Paul mentions about all those that run, and yet what? One gets the prize. He speaks about fighting, and not as one that beateth the wind, and talk about. I think about shadow boxing when I think about when he says that, but you say, why isn't there more about it? Well, think about it. What did they do? A lot. How did they get from one place to the other? Walked. It was a lot of walking involved, and so they walked for hours, and because they had to. There was no way around it. They had to do it, and so they definitely they definitely got the exercise that they needed because of that. And so we don't see again, and we read last week already how that for bodily exercise profiteth little. It profits little. And he says, but godliness is profitable unto all things, having promise of the life that is now and of that which is to come. And let's recognize that bodily exercise is profitable for this life. Now, it's not going to extend your life. It's not going to, you say, well, yeah, I'm exercising to extend my life. You're not going to extend it. I hate to tell anybody that. You're not extending your life. As it is appointed unto man once to die, but after this, the judgment. There's no extending of one's life. The days that you have been allotted are the days that you're going to live. Nobody will be late to that appointment. Nobody. Everybody will be on time for that appointment. And we don't know when it is, but we won't be late for it. So this isn't about extending one's life. This is just and this is what I have mentioned, and my reasoning again for desiring to live healthier than I used to is because I want to be as useful as I can be while I'm still living. I want to be useful as I can be while I'm still. I don't want to be limited because of things that I have done to myself. If I can be useful longer, then that's what I want. And if it takes eating right, if it takes exercising, then that is what that's what needs to happen. And so I believe that it's a combination of both. It's not just one or the other. It's both combined. It's a combination of both. And if we do not, healthy eating, of course, is good, and I believe it's helpful and it's useful. But then also comes in the need for that, for the exercise and again the reasons that we looked at last week. I mean, it keeps our body again from stiffening up, and it keeps us going. It keeps us moving, and of course it's good for our overall health. But we recognize that it's what? We recognize that it is temporary. It is simply for it's temporal. Our health here, our bodily exercise is for a temporal purpose. Again, reading that passage there, that bodily exercise profiteth little, but godliness, on the other hand, is profitable unto what? Unto all things, having promise of the life that now is, and of that which is to come. So the bodily exercise is profitable for this life, not so much for the next life, because we won't have to worry about it then. We're going to be in glorified bodies, and so we're looking forward to that. But and so that is what we need to recognize. We also looked at the book of Hebrews, chapter 12, and we're going to go back there, but we looked at the fact that in verse 1, wherefore seeing we also are compassed about with so great a cloud of witnesses, let us lay aside every weight and the sin which does easily beset us, and let us run with patience the race that is set before us. There again, here is a picture of what? Of exercise and running that race. And it's not a sprint. The Christian life is not a sprint, and anything that we endeavor to do is not a sprint. It's a marathon. I liken it to a marathon, and I've never run a marathon, and I never intend to run a marathon. I've told you that running is just something that I don't enjoy it. I just don't. I've done it before, and I don't enjoy running. It just not. There are people that do like it, and that's fine. But I don't understand them. But but if you like running, hey, good for you. Run away. Run on. Run on. But it's just something that I've never. I've never really enjoyed it. Kind of like Cracker Barrel. If I'm going to list the exercises, running will be down, kind of like Cracker Barrel. If I'm going to list restaurants, Cracker Barrel is going to be, down. You know why I do that, right? You know why I do that, right? Because I'm picking on you. I don't mind it. I don't mind it. It's just not one of, and it's one of those places that you go to, and they're always busy. And I don't think their food is that good for me to be waiting for an extended amount of time. There's plenty of other places. I'm getting off of this, but anyway, verse 4 of Hebrews 12 says this: "You have not yet resisted unto blood, striving against sin." And that is a truth that we need to recognize as believers. Something, oh man, this is tough. This is hard. This is, and the reality is that when we strive against sin, it's not killing you. It doesn't kill you to leave things behind that you need to leave behind. In fact, it's better for you. We act like it's a drudgery, when in reality, when it comes down to it, in the end, we are better off when we are willing to leave the things of the old life behind. I'm talking about sin. When we are willing to leave the things of the old life behind, we are better off. We think that we need them for what? We think we need them to make us happy. We think we need them to feel fulfilled, but not really. We really don't. But that's the old nature that fights and continues to fight against the new nature and the new life, and so desires to pull us back in. And I believe that we can draw application from this, because who likes to exercise? Can we always find 10 other things to do other than exercise? We can find. Huh?
At least.
Yeah, at least. We can find many things to do other than exercise. I'd like to watch paint dry. Right? No, I mean, any excuse is good. Any excuse you come up with. But that's how we are. Because nobody, and I shouldn't say nobody likes it. There's people that do like it. People that, and to be honest with you, it's enjoyable once you get into it. It's just, you know what it is? This is what it's about. The hardest part is this. Let me show you. This is the hardest part. The hardest part is doing what?
Getting up.
Getting up. Getting up. That's the hardest part about exercise. Once we take that first step and we get going, hey, I can do this. I can do this, and you begin to recognize that, you know what, it does make you feel better. It does make you, but it's going to be a struggle. It's a struggle. It's a struggle until you get to that point where you recognize, hey, I am. I'm feeling better, and I'm seeing a difference, and I'm feeling different. Maybe I'm resting a lot better than I used to. I'm feeling a lot better than I used to. I have more energy than I used to, and you begin to see that. And that is what we want to see, right? We want to see results. We are results-oriented people. I mean, that's the way we're created. We want to see results. And so when we begin to see those results, then that is what it kind of helps us to get what? To get motivated, or to maybe work a little bit harder, or do a little bit more, and just continue to work on and finding ways to enjoy what we're doing. And so that is going to be, tonight as we think about these, it's difficult. We're at the point of, there's a resistance there because, man, I really like pizza, right? I really like pizza, so it's difficult that I can't eat pizza. Well, you can eat pizza, you just don't eat it every week, or twice a week, or whatever. But there's a difficulty there that we know that it's going to be there, and recognize that it doesn't matter what you try to accomplish. It's going to take what? Everything you try to accomplish is going to take work. It's going to take work. And you say, well, exercising is work, so it's going to take work for me to work. and so once you get over that resistance of the flesh that says, you know what, I would much rather start tomorrow. I'm going to start at the next week, at the beginning of next week, because we're at the beginning of the month. First day of March. Let's push this month. Work a little bit harder than we have been, and just really concentrate on, on seeing what results, and doing what we can this month, and see what collectively what we can where we can get to. I know I have a goal. It's not a big goal. I say, I think it's doable for the month. I'd like to get under 200, but get under 200 won't be that much. It'll be. I'd like to get down to about 90. 190, I should say, not 90. 90, I'll be. I just want to get to 90, to 190. So I think it'll be about 15 pounds. I'd be glad with 10. I'm shooting for 10, but if I could get 15, that'd be good. That's my goal for. You say, and what's it going to take? Effort. It's going to take not just eating right. It's going to take getting back to exercising. I'll be honest with you, I've been slacking on the exercising. That's just one of those things that I have been, I pretty much laid aside for at least 2 weeks. It's pretty much, and I make the excuse that it's what? The weather. And the weather was not cooperating. So I couldn't get out and walk. So that kind of threw my routine out. But there's other things that I can do.
You could have run.
Yeah, I could have run. Yeah, I could have run. And
in the snow all the time.
yeah, and I'm going to show you tonight some things that you can do, because the mindset today is what? The mindset is that, the advertisers say, hey, you have to have this equipment. You have to have this equipment because, it's unbelievable the equipment they have out there today. Unbelievable. Remember when the NordicTrax used to be the big thing? You remember when the NordicTrax ski machines used to be the big deal? Those things are dinosaurs. Those things are like, prehistoric. The things that they have today, they have people yelling at you. People, pay, I mean, thousands of dollars for this equipment. Thousands of dollars for equipment. And then they plug in their computers on this equipment to do what? To have a coach, you know, yelling at them or encouraging them to do, you know, you don't need to spend hundreds. You don't need to spend, you know, you can go like this. And you're getting exercise.
I'll yell at you for a dollar.
Yeah. Yeah. Just call me. I'll FaceTime you. Come on, you sluggard. But, you know, you can just stand like this. Just simple like that. Anywhere you go, you could do exercise without any equipment. Simple. Extra, and you're moving. You're getting your blood circulating. I mean, and these, you know, you can just do different types of, you know, go up or whatever. And if you wanna challenge yourself more, they have wrist weights. They have wrist weights that you can put on for resistance. They're not that expensive. You put them on, and you don't have to go for hours. I mean, you'd be surprised, you know, how quick time goes when you're. I mean, just different little things like this. You know, go with your legs like that. You know, just simple movements that you could do where? In the comfort of your own home. You don't have to go to a gym. You don't have to go and spend, you know, the money. You don't need to. You can. I mean, they're willing to take your money. And like I said, these they have stationary bikes. They have, you know, there's some type of a mirror thing where I don't know, it's weird. It's just weird how people actually need all this stuff to get them to do that. I don't know what it does for them, but that is what they do. So what I did tonight was I brought some things, you know, that could be useful, that are like really, really simple. You can do in the comfort of your own home. And the sky's the limit with how much you want to go and spend and things like that. We don't go spend a lot. In fact, I took a detergent bottle, laundry detergent bottle, and filled it with water to do one of my exercises. I mean, that adds some weight. It's something that you have at home. And so I use that to do some of the exercises that I do. And you could just use that to, you know, just go like this. I mean, go like that so many times and what's that?
Make sure the lid's on.
Make sure it's covered. No, but if you leave it off, it makes you look like you're sweating. Man, that was a workout. The thing's half empty. But you know, so there's things around the house that you can go to the front of the house and on your curb and just step up and down. Step up, step down. You know, step up, step down. It doesn't have to be that big. Just simply the fact that you're doing what? You're exercising. And that'll give you a workout. Just start the I was getting fuel today. I'm waiting to get fuel, you know. And so while my vehicle's getting fuel, I'm walking up and down on that thing, you know, on the little curb that's there. the little island thing. I'm walking up, and you say, well, people are going to think you're crazy. Well, let them think I'm crazy. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. But those are things, again, that you can do without even, I mean, you say, well, you don't have to. It's funny, people will go to will drive to the gym, 2 miles to the gym to walk for a mile on a treadmill. It's like, why would you drive 2 miles? Just walk around your neighborhood. I mean, it's just that simple. But I got a list, and it's not all here. I just got 3 pages of it, but it shows us again the calories burned during exercise, activity, sports, and even work. So you want to get double the profitability from it, do work while you're as you exercise. Okay, do work. But this list, again, it's not. I mean, it doesn't cover everything, but it covers some things, again, that and there's some simple things on here that you can look at and see the benefits of it, the benefits of what to do. So there's some things there, but while you're looking at that, I brought some of these things, and some, what these are. These are simply resistance bands. Okay, and now some of these for the men, I mean, this was like really, really light, but it's still resistance, and you could use it just simply like that. I mean, and you could feel it. I mean, you go 5 minutes doing something like that, you're going to feel it after a while. And so you can use it in different ways. You just, yeah, just make sure that, you don't pull it too hard and end up popping it, so it'll slap you in the face. But you just bring this like this. You're using it, and you're getting the resistance that you need. And then just do the other, the other arm, and just different things that you can do to help you, and it gives you the resistance that you need. You can fold it up, and it'll give you more resistance. But there's different ones. There's others that are cords, or rubber cords, and of course they give you more resistance, and you can do different things with them. These are smaller ones, and I really don't know how strong they are, so I might show you how weak I am. This one's light, so I can be safe with this one. But you just go like this, and it'll give you some. I mean, after a little while, it'll give you a little bit of a workout. I mean, if you wanna feel it, see how it. I mean, you feel it and see how it feels after a little while to you. But these were like, I don't know how much they cost. I don't remember how much they cost, but like I said, there's some things that you can. If you
go around your knees, you can spread your knees apart.
Okay. Yeah. You feel it? Mm-hmm. So you feel the difference?
Yeah.
What's that? I stayed in the car. Yeah. Yeah, there's different levels of them. So I think the red one is lighter, and the blue one is a little bit stronger. Yeah. 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 And so you just don't want to, yeah.
Never been used. I got it for Christmas. I think those are my box.
Yeah. So you see that there's different things that you can.
Things you can do with those. I mean,
From your boss?
What's that?
From your boss?
box.
Oh, box.
For your box. So you can feel the resistance, and you need to. I don't even know if I could do this myself, but without tripping. But put them on.
Sit down low.
Well, not really, and just go like that, and so you have the resistance, so it'll it's helpful. It helps, and for toning and things like that. And in fact, there's benefits in those, and every exercise has benefits. I mean, it's all going to help you in one way or another. That's what I'm trying to get at. That it's going to help you in different ways. And so that is, that like I say, you can find different ones, different resistance levels and things like that. I also brought this. You know what it is. It's just a bike, right? It's just a bike. And this used to belong to my father-in-law. He got it to exercise with, and I think he used it once. And so he left it to my daughter. Then my daughter left it to us. But he said, "Well, I don't want to go out and ride my bike out in the community, out in unless you're on trails around here, or it scares me to ride the bike on the streets around here. People just are not paying attention. People ride their bikes on Beltline, around Mesquite and those, and it's like, man, I don't know. I just people sometimes are not paying attention, and I don't trust. I wouldn't do that. But this thing right here, and I'm looking at this, and I don't know how. But all it is, it keeps your bike stationary. And back here, this wheel, you can add tension to it, or you can loosen it up. But you could go, in the comfort of your own home, or in the comfort of your own backyard. Just get on there, and I don't know, Brother Brian, maybe you could read a book while you're pedaling along. Maybe you won't want to be marking your book, but so what I'm getting at is there's different things that you can do. It's not just just one thing, one exercise fits all. There's different things for different people. And it comes down to what it is that you like to do, what it is that you feel safe doing. Like I said, I riding bike, I don't mind doing it in the area where we live, but getting on a road where people are, zooming by, to me, it doesn't appeal very much. Now, being on sidewalks or stuff, not sidewalks, but being on a trail like they have here in Garland, that's really nice to have something like that to be able to ride or walk on and feel safer than having vehicles, zooming by you. So these are just some things that I thought, bringing those in and being able to see them would at least have a visual of how, what things are out there. And I'm sure you're aware of other things that are out there. And maybe some of you use some other things that maybe you can share. some things that you do. But it takes, it's like I said, it's going to take, it takes the good nutrition plus the exercise, to be able to see, because as you see there, the different calories. And I was, it's been a while ago now, but I was looking, I was looking for some type of a meal, looking at I don't know, maybe calories at at a restaurant, or calories about something that I felt like eating or was thinking about maybe getting, and I remember looking it up, and as I scrolled down concerning that dish, I got to a place where it said, in order to burn the calories that you're gonna eat with this meal, this is what you'll have to do. And it had, you can walk for, this long, or you can ride your bike for this long, and it'll burn the calories that you're going to eat with that. And I'd never seen it before. And I thought, that's interesting. That's interesting that they, I mean, so the information's out there. The information is out there, and it's just whether or not you want to do what. If you want to look it up, if you want to look into it, and you say, well, maybe I want to maybe eat a little bit more than I have been eating, or I want to change something today, and say, well, how much would I have to work out, or how much would I have to walk, or how much would I have to bike? And if I'm not mistaken, that thing said, you'd have to bike for an hour.
Not worth eating it.
Yeah, right. Yeah, sometimes it's not worth eating it, but if you really want it, and you can look it up, and you want to break even, you say, I want to break even. I don't want to, go way over my calorie count for the day. Then maybe I need to do a little bit of exercise and to be able to do that. So. But anyway, that is, those are some things there that, some ideas again that are helpful that we could use in our homes, and just use again to change up our routines as far as our exercising and things like that, because it's good to have the walking around, but you also the walking, but you also need sometimes to do some strength exercises. And we know the exercise that we used to do when we were in school. You had the push-ups and the sit-ups and things like that. So, but anyway, all right. Anybody have anything that we've talked about food and food ideas, and if you have some of those, that'd be fine. But what about the